Let's start off number 5, top 5 bros of the week with Tiger Woods, his son, Charlie Woods. Tough time to be Charlie Woods right here. So I want to acknowledge Charlie Woods for the absolute stick that he is. He is the 17th ranked junior golfer, according, and get this, I didn't know, I learned this today. Rolex is the company that sponsors the AJGA, American Junior Golf Association, and they have Charlie currently ranked 17th. I was looking back at some of the tournaments Charlie played. He usually shoots around the low 70s, mid to low 70s. He has a couple of low 80s, high 70s on the scorecard. Going back to last May, Charlie Woods has put together the lowest score of a 65. The dude's a fucking stick. He's going to FSU, and with his dad being all up in the news right now, I can understand it's a tough time to see your dad, especially when your dad's such like a face in the media, the way Tiger Woods is, to be going through something like that. So let's talk about Charlie Woods and what a fucking beautician and what an absolute stick Charlie Woods is, okay? Even though his dad definitely not setting a good example. Maybe counterpoint, his dad's setting a great example on how not to behave. Shout out Charlie Woods, the dude's a fucking stick. Hopefully he stays out of the sorority houses and doesn't get caught with a blonde sorority girl and derail his golfing career. We know the Woods family lineage loves themselves a few white women. FSU is a hotbed for white women, so Charlie Woods needs to stay on the putting green, stay at the driving range, stay away from the frat party, and I think this kid's going to be playing in majors, going to be playing on the PGA Tour, or who knows if he'll take a check and go play for LIV. I'm not sure what the status of this LIV golf tournament day. I don't know I haven't watched a LIV golf event ever, but who knows. If Charlie Woods can stay out of the sorority houses, stay out of the frat parties at FSU, stay away from the white women, I think Charlie Woods can be a real problem, and just use this incident with his dad as just fuel. Number 4, J. Cole, the rapper, the most underrated rapper of our generation, if we're being honest here. I think it's Drake and Kanye. People like to talk about him, talk about Kendrick like, oh, it's a Kendrick and Drake debate. Get the fuck out of here. Kendrick can't hold Drake's jock strap, okay? Nobody listened to Kendrick in the 2020s until Drake started talking about him, or unless it was a Kendrick album from the 2010s. That's the only time anybody ever listened to Kendrick. And then Kendrick and Drake have this beef. All of a sudden, Kendrick's got 6 Grammys talking about Drake. That's the level to it, okay? That's the level to it. And it's such an industry plant, Drake hate, because Drake's name didn't show up in that Epstein files a single time. Drake's been running the game for almost 3 decades now. 2.5 decades, Drake's been running the game. It's him and Kanye's fallen off an absolute cliff with the public media because of all the tangents and all the stuff that he does, obviously, right? Even though, listen, bro, I feel like we've seen a lot of anti-Semitism recently. Kanye was anti-Semitic before anti-Semitic was trendy and memeable. Like, that's just true. And he says, he's like, I do stuff 10 years before everybody else does things. Hey, that guy was hating Jews before everybody was hating Jews. Not that I hate the. There's definitely been I don't know about you guys, but everywhere I go on Instagram or TikTok, it's anti-Semitic stuff. I don't like it. It is. It just is. Objectively is. Kanye was on that shit way before anybody was on that shit. Seriously. It is unreal. But it's a Kanye and Drake debate. It's never been Drake or Kendrick. Never in a million years. J. Cole is better than Kendrick. J. Cole is going to be playing basketball in the Chinese Basketball Association with the Nanjing Monkey Kings. I'm not kidding. That is the actual name of the team that J. Cole is under contract to be playing basketball for in China. The Nanjing Monkey Kings. How the fuck is that a thing? In America, we can't have the Redskins. We can't have. People want to ban the Seminole. Oh, but in China, they got the Monkey Kings. Have you seen videos of China's infrastructure too? I think China's worried about the right things. The Monkey Kings. Imagine. There's going to be a few. I think did I read somewhere they announced the NBA expansion? Whatever. There might be an NBA expansion. Imagine they're going to Vegas most likely, and they're like, okay, how about the Las Vegas Monkey Kings? The uproar that would cause. And you know where the Chinese taxpayer dollar goes to? Infrastructure. You know what they're not worried about? The names of the sports teams. You know where the U.S. money goes to? The military. You know what the U.S. is worried about? The names of the sports teams. Not saying China's a better place to live. I'm just saying I'm just noting it out. But yeah, J. Cole is going to be playing for the Nanjing Monkey Kings. The third time he will have made an attempt at pro hoops. He played with the Rwanda Patriots in the African League in 2021 and the Canadian Elite and in the Canadian Elite Basketball League in 2022. Shout out J. Cole. Number 3, Braylon Mullins. Maybe the greatest shot in March Madness history. This isn't my take. I saw Mark Titus of the Mostly Hoops podcast, Mostly Sports podcast at Barstool Sports say, you're talking about moment leverage and who it was against. Like the Chris Jenkins shot, the game was tied. The Luke May shot, I believe that game was tied as well. Jalen Suggs, game was tied. If Mullins misses that shot, they lose. So I do understand that the leverage there in terms of that shot was more important because not only did it help them win, it helped them not lose, where those other 3 shots just helped those teams not go to overtime. So the moment was a little bit deeper, but I just feel like Jenkins for the championship needs to be the best shot of all time. Either way, Braylon Mullins, that shot, that guy's they're going to build a statue of him in Storrs, Connecticut, just because of it. And I've been to Storrs. Farmland, nice university. I used to go to soccer camps, Ray Reid soccer camp at Storrs University. I would stay in the freshman dorms with the boys. And let me tell you, some of the best 4 or 5 days of my entire life. I practiced at the UConn indoor soccer facilities, at the outdoor local high school fields. I'll tell you what, man, the UConn facility, indoor facility is incredible. Braylon Mullins should have a statue outside of it because that was the greatest shot, debatably, in March Madness history, at least in recent history. And I'm talking about my memory. Okay, my memory. Obviously, they got all these unks that rode dinosaurs to school talk about the Leitner shot. I don't remember that. I was not watching college basketball back then. So in my memory, Luke May, Chris Jenkins, Jalen Suggs, Braylon Mullins, add them to the list. Number 2, top 5 bros of the week. Got to be Danny Hurley. I mean, Braylon Mullins hitting that shot. Dan Hurley going crazy, losing his jacket, and then getting in the ref's grill. Like, what? That's what he was saying. Like, that's what it was like. What? What, pussy? What you gonna do about it? You gonna tee me up, pussy? Yeah. Yeah. That's what the vibes it was giving. Cold. Gotta say it. I mean, cold. Should have absolutely 1000% been a fucking technical. How that's not a technical, that ref has got to go home now to probably a wife and kids, and that clip is going to live in infamy. That's degrading. That's humiliating. You are in the only position where you can punish someone for getting in your grill without getting into a physical altercation. And not only did you not do it, but it was after the coach of the team that did it to you hit a game-winning shot to go to the Final Four. And it was Danny Hurley. It was an infamous ref fucking on your ass. I mean, that guy's got over 3 Final Fours in 4 years. He lost to Florida last year, by the way, by 2 points as an 8 seed. It's fucking unreal what Danny Hurley's done. He deserves to be in this. He's an absolute bro, dude. I don't know if you guys live in the Barstool universe, but there's this guy, Mutt, that's on the Kirk Minahan podcast, that is a UConn fan, whatever. He's a Barstool character, kind of irrelevant, but he was like, he's a UConn fan. He's like, all right, I need a video of Danny Hurley. Dave Portnoy, right? You guys obviously know who that is. He's like, all right, I need a video of Danny Hurley pleading and begging and crying for Mutt to be able to come to the Final Four and need to watch the UConn Huskies play. And Mutt, when boots on the ground in Storrs, Connecticut, got a video of Danny Hurley, and Danny Hurley was like, "Hey, listen, Dave, we got to get this guy here." Blah 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 blah. It's like that's just such a bro move. Top 5 bro of the week, Dan Hurley. And number 1 is Garrett fucking Wilson. And you got his coach going to the coaches meeting, talking about, yeah, I think Garrett Wilson's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land. Get this fucking clown, get this jester. Sorry, I've been watching too much Clab on my 4G page. Get this jester out of here instantly. Get this jester out of here instantly. I'm done with Aaron Glenn. He said Geno Smith's going to take us to the promised land. And you know what? I've deluded myself so much into thinking, okay, I really want the Jets to be bad this year. And I've never really taken that stance. Like, I don't want to watch my team suck. But I thought to myself, this was a real thought that came in mind, but maybe me wanting them to do bad will make them be good, because every time I want them to do good, they do bad. Every time I root for them to do something, not even just the Jets, just in sports in general, I root for a bet to hit. it loses. I root for the Nets to be at least a little bit scrappy. They're getting blown out by 50 in 3 straight games. I root for the Mets to be good. The Mets are usually, they've actually been pretty good. So Mets aside, I root for the Jets to be good. The Jets are bad. I want the Jets to be bad this year because I want Julian Sane. I want Arch Manning. I want Dante Moore, one of these fucking guys. So because I want the Jets to be bad, they're probably going to be good. That's the only way I've deluded myself. They're objectively a better roster than they were last year. But again, that's like, if you're a steaming pile of shit already, the only way to go is up. But at least Garrett Wilson's got a quarterback. Top 5 bros of the week, Garrett Wilson. Like and subscribe.